Hi guys, happy 2019.
Yeah, happy New Year's. Let's get that
Hopefully
out of the
this
way.
will come up. Hopefully you'll get this video.
I hope you can see me, guys.
Oh, bloody
Listen, we're pressing play. Oh,
We're
yeah.
pressing play
We started.
We started.
Now. Bit of, hello.
Hello. 2019.
Yeah, would you believe it?
Oh,
Do you know, I
blimey.
never thought I would live this long.
No, well, I mean, you've looked after yourself, haven't you? I mean,
Listen, the amount of food I've eaten,
Yeah.
is that I have looked after myself.
Well,
Yes, of course.
cumulatively, the amount of food I've eaten over Christmas, I should probably
How
stay
much
alive.
food do you think you've eaten
Per ton? Per ton?
in your life? Like in weights and measures. How much food?
You know when they show the EC Quality Street Mountain?
Oh,
say,
I've never seen that.
I've had, or the EC Butter Mountain, or whatever.
Oh, no.
I would say that I've chomped my way through
that.
at least 3 of those.
3 butter mountains.
Oh, yeah, I do like a bit of butter.
You know when you see a fatberg in a sewers?
A fatberg, yes.
You know, a sizable fatberg.
I don't know what it is.
You know, I reckon I've eaten 4 fatbergs in my life. Not like in one sitting.
No, that would be greasy.
No,
But
in my
I'd
life
say,
I've eaten
yeah,
4 fatbergs.
I would say that in my,
in your life?
In my life.
Because you live longer than
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I would say my coronary filters, what do they call those? Tubes.
All the
veins
tubes,
and that,
all the pipes.
All the pipe work.
Yeah, I've had my pipes checked.
Have you? Who's done it?
I went to a plumber's.
Dynarod.
Yeah. I
Right,
says I've got something wrong with the pipes at home, you know. And they says, oh yeah. And then they took one look at my face and they said, I think you've got something wrong with your pipes in you know.
Right, so what did they
I says,
say?
oh,
Yeah.
is there anything you can do for that? They said, yeah, we can do you a full pipe over, like medical pipe thing.
Yeah, okay.
I said, I didn't know that you offered that as a service.
Well, they
you know.
will do. Pimlico
But because of
plumbers,
Brexit, like
because
they're,
of Brexit,
they're branching out, like, you know.
Well, I suppose it's make do amend, isn't it?
Exactly, because of Brexit,
Yeah.
right? And I says, well, what are you going to do? Well, we're just going to get our pipe machine, like a little camera that we use to see if there's anything blocked in the pipes.
Yeah, fatbergs, etc.
Fatbergs, etc. And we're going to just shove that down your gob, and you can swallow it if you like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have to. And then we'll have a look in there, see what's clogged up.
Well,
and
what's
that's
that? Because of Brexit?
Because of Brexit.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm like, I said, go on then.
Yeah.
And I said, how much should this cost? 700 quid.
Cool.
This
I
costs.
don't give it away, do I?
No, because, and I says, well, why are you offering this? Why are you doing this? He says, well, because of Brexit,
I see,
we have to branch out, you know. I thought, okay, well, anyway, they stuck the camera down my gob and I swallowed it.
Right.
And I says, well, how's it looking in there, you know?
Yeah.
And they said, it's looking quite bad, actually. I says, what's going on? And they says, well, there's all blocked pipes.
Right.
There's concrete in there and leaves all in there.
Yes,
and
yeah.
I'm starting to think.
Yeah.
I said, I thought, leaves, concrete. I said, I mean,
yeah.
I've eaten some shit in my time.
Yes.
I think I'd have remembered if I'd have eaten like cement and stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I think they was just lying because that's all they knew.
Well, don't
You know,
forget.
whenever they see block pipes, it's just, I says, you can't apply that to human beings.
Don't forget that's the way it is. I mean, I had a very similar thing. You know, I might as well have gone to the bloody plumbers.
Yeah.
Went to see my doctor, and he'd done all that
Well, he
stuff.
used to be a plumber.
He did. He's sucking his teeth in. I'm saying, can you? They took, full body scan of all my arsehole and
pipe work.
pipe work and bum and colon and that. Because remember, I had a blockage
Well, you
up
had that blocked up your bum
there.
for years. up
Yeah,
there.
like, a couple of years up there.
Yeah.
One
What was
slip
that
on an
in the end?
action man. And,
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, they've had a look, and the doctor, I spent slightly more medical know-how than this. He's sucking his teeth in.
Mate,
That's
yeah.
gonna, that's all gonna
Well,
have to
can't you
come
open
out.
up the bonnet and have a look in
Yeah,
there
that's
before you
it.
try and price it up?
That's it. He's gone. Oh well, look. I can do my best. I mean, I don't know whether. I mean, a lot of that stuff. That is really.
We're going to get the parts in from
we're
France.
We're never going to get the parts
because
in
of Brexit.
Because of Brexit, we can't think about it. He said, "Oh no, that's obsolete. All that stuff that you've got in there.
Up there, yeah,
at that age, no." I said, "Well, can't you do nothing about it? My colon's going to be trouble."
Right it off.
Cost, I mean, it's all gone. That'll all have to come out.
Come out, yeah.
And so anyway, he's done the work and all that, and all my bumhole and colon and all. It's all clean as a whistle. I've gone, thank you so much.
He's got the old culture in there.
He's got all that out, and he's got that.
Power wash.
Yeah, he's tested that all out, and he's gone. That'd be another $1,000. Hold on, whoa. You quoted me for the work.
Yeah, that's it.
You cleared out my colon. He's gone, no, what we done was we blasted it with a special, cleaning fluid.
Yeah.
We've lined it with a Teflon, which is an amalgam Teflon and Shostakovich. But basically, I don't get too technical.
No, I don't. I've never heard of that.
He was a philosopher or a composer, wasn't he? He said, "Don't worry about that."
Okay. Well, you seem to know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about plant work.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's gone, another £1,000, all right.
Yeah, what can you do? They've got you by the balls, haven't they?
I said, well, why? Because of Brexit. I said, all right, I don't understand it. It's Brexit.
Well, I'm gone down the mechanics like that. Because, I won't even go to the doctors now because of Brexit. Yeah. And I said, look, I know this is an unusual request. Right? I've gone down the mechanics. I said, there's something wrong with my bum,
Yeah.
And they says, what? I said, there's something wrong with it, It's not working properly like that,
okay,
And they said, what, you mean your exhaust pipe, on your car?
No.
I says, no, I have my bum, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
And they says, well, have you been to the doctor? I says, well, I can't go to the doctor now, of course, because of, Brexit.
Because of Brexit.
Oh, right. And they says, yeah, well, there is that, isn't there? I says, will you mind, will you take a look at it for me?
Yeah.
And they says, well, we can take a look at it for you.
Yeah.
And they said, well, what do you think's the problem? I says, well, there's something up with it. I says, it might be a pile.
Yeah.
It might be something growing in there that isn't supposed to be there and that. But it's the engine not going so well. I spoke to them in the language they would understand,
in their vernacular.
Exactly. I said, the engine's not ticking over quite as well as it should be. And they says, are you sure you're using the right fuel? And I'm saying, yes. I had a cup of tea this morning and a breakfast. Yeah, very good. So I sort of and they says, all right, well, we think we know what the problem is. I says, oh. And they says, yeah, we think so. I think it'll be something growing out the bum like a pile or something. I says, oh, right, okay. Well, that'll be £700, please. I says, that's a quote, is it?
Yeah.
And I says, yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I says, all right, that sounds good. He says, but let's get you up on the ramp, right, and open you up and have a look. So I sat on the ramp and they went like pull your trousers down, please, and pull your pants down.
Yeah, they got Kiss FM on the radio.
That's it. Yeah, some hardcore house.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've gone up there and had a look at it. They've got their wrench out and started twiddling around and stuff like that. Pulling on me and stuff.
Yeah.
And they go, oh Christ! No, I says that hurts a bit. I says, oh yeah, we thought that would hurt with the wrench. And I says, so they've tried the pliers and they yanked at it, and oh Christ, that hurt. That hurt.
I bet.
Anyway, they brought me down again. I said, on the ramp, pull your trousers and pants out again, please. And I says, did you fix it? They went, yeah.
I was sucking the teeth.
So that's all fixed for you now.
Oh,
that should be all right for another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I went fantastic.
So you might want to take a look at your cheeks.
If 6 months come back in, if it's not, if when you're sat down, there's all like muck coming out of it.
Yeah, the sphincter's still got a bit of give in it.
There's a few years left in it. Though.
Yeah.
Anyway, they said to me, that's £1,500, please.
Oh Christ!
I said, what?
Yeah.
I said, They said, yes, 15. Well, when we opened you up and had a look inside you, there was stuff in there that we couldn't know about, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I says, what? Well, I don't know if that's legal, is it, to do that?
Yeah,
They went, well, since Brexit, it is legal to do that.
Yeah.
So I had no choice. I cocked up 1,500 quid. I went round the corner and my arsehole fell apart. Basically.
Oh, that's always the way.
Yeah.
I had another one like that. Do you remember when I had it actually was a car issue, you know, Vauxhall Mariva.
Yeah.
I went round to Quick Fit.
Right.
You know, just near B&Q, near Bushy Arches.
Yes.
I've gone in there, and he's gone, do you want to remould? I said, no, I don't want to remould. I'll have proper tyre. I want, the Firestone doing an offer on Firestone. I've gone, well, I think it's only really the front two that need doing. All that. He says, all right, okay. And I said, right, so I'll pay for that. He said, and by the way, can we have a look at your helmet while with this? I said, I beg your pardon.
Whoa. Hold
on, just a second. Yeah. He goes, can we look at your helmet?
Go and have a cup of tea.
He goes, yeah. So I said, well, I thought I'd nip off to Tesco's.
Come back when it's done.
So I've gone. I said, sorry, he said, no, with the tyres, as I said, we can offer two top quality Firestone. They will fit the Vauxhall Mariva. They're not second hand, they're brand spanking new, and they will be guaranteed for 5 years. Not that.
That's not the bit I wanted to...
He said, come back, we'll be ready probably about 35 minutes, and we thought we'd take a look at your helmet as well.
That's the bit. That's the bit I'm talking about.
Then, the Firestone. I said, no, the helmet. He said, oh, yeah, that's... He said, I couldn't help notice. Anyway, they've got me up on the ramp there. Right. They're all Eastern Europeans, and I mean they're great workers.
Oh my God,
wonderful workers.
Yeah. Well, you won't get none of that after Brexit.
No, you won't. But only as far as cars go. When you've got some geezer from Warsaw prodding around in your Japanese eye with I don't know what it was. It was an oiled up bit of rag.
It's a dipstick.
On a dipstick he got. He's put that in there and he's put it
but I mean, it's good that he's seen as a problem. Well, that is good.
Well, it is, but of course he's gone, that should do it, because that'll be it, as well as the tyres. Yeah. He's checked out my knob and helmet and that, and he's gone, that'll be another £47. I said, all right, I'll pay it. I get round the corner, go home, and a bit pissing sideways.
Yeah, well, this is it. And you don't want to go back, because it's
back.
I've got stuff to do, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got stuff to do in my day.
Yes, absolutely.
Brexit is, that's Brexit. The elephant in the room, isn't it? You know, we haven't talked about it for a long time.
Well, we're going to call this a Brexit podcast.
Yeah, Brexit special.
Because, I mean... here it is. Here we go. Brexit. This one has never worked.
I don't think you've ever...
Brexit. Here we go. Brexit.
I went...
It's a break. No, it doesn't work.
No, it's nowhere to sing.
I don't know where.
There's no melody.
I've tried that one before. Any keen observers?
I think that's more like the beginning of a sports thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely mad. Well, we'll see what else we've got as far as that.
I went...
hold on. Tell us in song.
Oh, I can't. I don't know the song. I went to the shops the other day. I went to the shops. I bought a load of stuff and I went to the counter. I don't know.
The counter. Right, no.
I wanted to come back to that.
What was you going to say the other
time? I went up the shops. I went into Littlewoods. And I thought, I'm gonna splash the cash a bit, you know.
Right.
I'm going to have a little look in here. I'm going to get something nice.
Yes.
So
doll yourself up for the new year.
For the new 2019, the new little makeover. So I bought some straight brown slacks.
Nice.
Picked them up off the shelf. A couple of cardigans.
Right.
And a shirt and a tie.
Right.
And some socks.
Right.
Pair of shoes.
Nice.
Cravat.
Yes.
Some sock suspenders.
What?
Some sock suspenders.
Very stylish.
And a comb.
Comb for the hair.
Some paints. one pair of pants.
One pair of pants.
For my bum.
Yeah.
And I bought, what else should I buy? Hat.
A hat.
Anyway, I got it all in a basket, and I've gone up the counter with it. And they, ring it in the till and that,
Yeah, I know.
Bring it up the till. And I said, so how much did that be, please? And I said, that'll be 250 quid. Ooh. It's not money. It was a lot of stuff.
You got that sort of money?
No, I haven't.
No.
I said, right. I says, this is a bit awkward. I don't. Yeah. I says, I don't have that money. And he says, well, why? I says, well, it's Brexit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't be expected to pay for this stuff.
It's a struggle for all of us.
Yeah, because of Brexit, know.
Yeah.
So I think now I said there'll be more of this. In the future, people trying to buy stuff and then going, it's not possible to buy because I didn't realise that I'd have to actually pay money after Brexit.
One of my neighbours, I borrowed his secateurs from my bush out back.
Yeah.
Anyway, Frank Davis, lives a couple of doors down, so he's come up and was like, Barry, he's gone like, he's talking, Barry, look, because he's got my secateurs. So I went, I have got them. And he came back, went, nah. And he went, why? I went, Brexit.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid it is Brexit. That's all my boss now doing. It's a Sunday, I would do my boss on a Sunday.
Yeah, well, I suppose we're all going to have to suffer a little bit.
We're all going to have to make cuts. We're going to cut our cloth of course.
That's right, because of the Brexit. I had 5 people around for dinner.
Oh yeah, I know. The other week.
That's right. I says, come round for dinner, right? Anyway, I've cooked them a very nice meal. All beef and all that stuff.
I know you like all beef and that. A beef Wellington you done?
No, I didn't. I did that, but I just served it in a boot,
Yeah, you call it a beef Wellington.
Yeah, but it's just a lump of beef in a boot.
Yeah. It's not actually beef, though, is it?
No,
really?
It's not beef. It's horse.
It's horse. Horse in a boot.
Cheaper
version of beef Wellington.
Anyway, they loved it.
Did they?
They loved it. They loved it. And I says, I got a nice dessert for you, roulade.
Yeah.
And they says, oh, that's nice.
Oh, nice.
Right. And there's this fella sat next to me like that. Anyway, I get the roulade out of the fridge and I bring it in, I put it on the table and I pick the roulade up like that and I shoved it in his face. Squished it all around. He says, oi, what are you doing? I says, well, it's Brexit, isn't it?
Exactly. Do you remember
because if Brexit, I've done it. There's nothing I can do about it.
My poor
why have you
son.
done that? He says. I says, well, Brexit.
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 My poor
driven
son.
Me to that.
My poor son Dave. Do you remember he knobbed? Oh God. Oh, what's his name? Jack Babbage. Jack Babbage.
Yeah.
He worked with, knobbed his wife. He's gone. What the hell did he do? Brexit,
no choice.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, Brexit.
We're all going to have to sort of,
we're all going to have to deal with that.
He said, you made my wife pregnant, and she's like, well, this is
Brexit. That is the consequences of Brexit, I'm afraid. Yeah, the consequence. I'm up this. I'm up this building, right?
Yeah.
And there's this bloke hanging out the window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's hanging out the window and that, and I was sort of looking at him, and I says, what are you doing here? And he says, I'm thinking about chopping myself.
Oh, good.
And I thought, oh Christ, I said, I don't think you should do that.
Right.
So I picked him up and I pulled him in, I pulled him into the building and all that, like that, and then I got out the window.
Right.
And I hung off the building.
Right, yeah.
And he says, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I says, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to chuck myself off the building.
Yeah.
And he says, why?
Why
I says, Brexit, Brexit, isn't it? We're all going to have to get used to seeing this sort of carry on.
Well, we are absolutely.
Because of Brexit.
Because of Brexit. Now, there'll be more of this high-level debate.
Oh, yes,
because we're banging into the big
themes.
The big themes.
The big topics. Hi guys, it's Angelos Epithemiou here, telling you to please listen to the Brian and Roger podcast. Now, I don't know who's written it, but whoever it is probably a genius. So I think you should give it a listen because it's such great stuff.
This January, Kevin Hart.
Tell me about a time when you worked hard to solve a problem.
This morning, getting up.
Will show the world.
Don't your arms work? I can only move my neck.
How deep friendship goes.
Have you ever changed a catheter? It's not hard.
That's not big. What if you quit playing?
I'm not. Ain't nobody playing with it. Ain't nobody playing with nothing.
Don't miss the film critics are calling a hilarious, feel-good comedy.
You can have any girl you want. What about this lady with all the Botox? You can't move your body. She can't move her face.
Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman. The Upside. In cinemas now. Certificate 12A.
Yeah, what else did what did you jot down for some... Oh, I know what you put down there. New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, New Year's resolutions.
We are both doing very well with our New Year's resolutions, aren't we?
I've got about 55 of them.
Yeah, what are some of them?
Some of them...
Not a lot, but some of them make the salient point.
Some of them include pick up stuff.
Yeah, do more of that, sort of picking up stuff.
Yeah, and the other one is put more stuff down.
Yeah.
Move stuff a bit more.
Move it about. What, in the flats or just anywhere?
Anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Brexit allowing.
Yeah.
And then fiddling about, more of that, more fiddling about.
Yeah.
And then less fiddling about as well. What about yours?
Well, including all those putting stuff in, pick more stuff
pick
up,
stuff up and
don't
put it
figure
down
out
again.
as much. What I really tried to do, I put down as my number one thing is help my Margaret a bit
that's
more.
Nice.
Because she has
needs
given
help.
up smoking for the new year. And I tell you what, there is phlegm everywhere. Here we go. There's a little song about her about... My Margaret, she gave us smoking the fucking fags. She don't like to touch any of them, any king size or roll up tabs. She's left them in the kitchen. Yeah. She's got so moody, she's constantly bitching and coughing up phlegm. Jesus Christ, it's horrible. So I got her the other day, got her and put away. She was coughing up this phlegm, it was fucking disgusting. In the sink and in the basin and in the kitchen bin. Yeah. She's coughing all day and night. Jesus Christ, it's such a sight. Phlegm and catarrh all over the living room floor.
Wow, Blimey, but it's been quite something. You got more?
Oh, no, I've got no more than that. That's enough of that.
Oh, I say,
the
poor old Margaret. She's been smoking for like...
Christ.
Years.
Smoking for years. And she says, it's from my nerves. She goes.
What, with the smoking, isn't it? So it's the only thing I've got.
It's the only thing I've got. She's like that now, she talks.
Has she ever tried, like, spiritual well-being and all that sort of carry-on?
Well, yeah, but when Peter Stuyvesant bring that out, she will certainly try them.
Can you buy spiritual well-being for like £12?
You probably
however much it is for 20 fags.
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh my Christ!
You have the drinks in the pub. There's a fag machine round it. No, there's a spiritual
well-being. It should remove your nerves. From the vending machine.
But I mean, the smoking you used to do. I mean, you were smoke in bed with the birds.
I smoked like. I mean, I didn't smoke. I smoked for a living. That was my job.
No, I remember you tried out the fags.
I was a smoker.
Who was it, Lambert and Butler you worked for?
I worked for Lambert and Butlers. Yeah. I worked for Benson and Edges. Yeah. All the brothers I worked for.
Yeah.
Right, and they had me like. They said,
wonderful job.
You can buy them little ornaments at the Ideal Home Exhibition.
Yes.
That is like they look like how to describe. They look like a very ornate thing, and they've got like misty steam coming out.
Oh, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well.
That's it.
Like a ball, and a sort of crystal ball that moves.
Well, I was employed for quite a long time by that company.
The Japanese garden.
Japanese garden company. That's right. It's the Japanese garden company. And they'd employ me and they'd put one of these ornament things on the table, and they'd employ me to sit underneath the table, and then just get me benches like that all day, like, and then just blow the smoke out of the ornament like that, you know. It made it look very, mystical. It made it look very, very, you know, in balance with nature.
Oh, yeah.
Except that it was bench and there's smoke coming out of the top of it.
It's funny because that guy got you that job. Remember, he got Mark's smoke so very, very much.
Yeah.
Remember, they employed her on the X Factor.
Oh, yes, I remember that, yeah.
And what was the old stars in her eyes?
Yeah,
and she'd
that's
become
right.
very. So she'd have to be out the back, and you'd have sort of, I do. You'd have sort of Robert Kilroy Silk or someone be going, tonight, Matthew.
I'm going to be George Michael.
I'm going to be George Michael, and they go, Margaret, spark her up. And
then all the dry ice coming out. What you thought was dry ice.
Well, she thought, and it was all this smoke, but the worst thing was, you remember that time, Jesus Christ, they had Gloria Hunniford on as Cher.
Yeah.
And they said she comes through the smoke, and with that Margaret coughed, and a lump of her lung come out and splattered on Gloria Hunniford's
dress.
Dress.
Disgusting, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was disgusting.
I know. I used to
believe in... Oh, Christ,
black muck. Black muck.
Yeah.
I provided all this smoke for many horror films as well.
Oh, of course you
did. Loads of that. I mean, nearly killed me doing some of them films, you know, especially when they were set in the woods and there was all that mist and all that stuff.
Spark him up.
When they couldn't get the mist, and they said, well, we're going to have to film this in the summer. There's no mist in the summer, and we're going to have to get you down there.
Right. Early.
You know, when in the evening, when the sun's setting and he says, you are going to have to smoke 20 fags. Yeah. Like, and then just blow it across the camera. Like
That's it. Yeah.
Like that. That was a tough job.
Oh,
that was a tough job, mate. Because in quite a few of the scenes, quite a few of the takes, you can hear me going, and then blowing the smoke across the camera and going,
in the background,
and Stanley Kubrick going, Angelos, you can't cough. I said, Stanley, mate, I can't sit in here and blow this smoke across the camera like I'm smoking 15 fags at once. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
The bloke's a perfectionist, of course.
So
we're at that for 2 weeks. Yeah. You know, that caused me a lot of trouble.
Well, do you remember, of course, Margaret? You know, she was involved in the film.
Well, you never smoked.
Oh, I don't smoke.
No.
I keep myself
very fit.
Very
fit.
No, I mean, I've got my vices, of course I am. I mean, you know how much I like to eat meat. Eat a lot of red meat.
Meat fiend, aren't you?
I'm a bit of a meat fiend. I mean, do you remember we had that lovely goats we had in the back garden?
Oh, yeah, you cut them up, didn't you?
Cut them up, a little bit at a time. And, you know, come down in the morning, Margaret would say, do you want a bit of toast? No, I'll have a bit of goat. Goats in and poor little thing. Like and they'd drag him up from the garden, and I'd have a bit of goat on toast. Vary it, I'd have a bit of goat on muffin, you know. But, you know, now I've got my vices. I mean, I drink way too much.
Is that one of your resolutions? Like, drink more or cut that down?
And drink more, really. I mean, I did let it go for a while. It never done me no good. No. Drink more. I might take up the smoking. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is good fun. It is good fun.
Employment.
It is good fun. It is good fun.
It's good fun.
And now, because of Brexit, there's more fags available, because they're smuggling it through Europe, aren't they? So they're like cheap fags as well.
All going to come through.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Brexit.
Yeah, and also if we get rid of all the Eastern Europeans, they like a cigarette or two, so there'll be all that left over for us lovely British lungs.
That's right.
Lovely,
I wonder how Brexit is going to impact the booze cruise. Will you still be able to go to Calais and load up your Vauxhall Viva with 500 bottles of that little stubby lager?
That's a good point. You might have to pay some sort of duty for that.
I know. And I always thought about that when they decided to start voting out of the
you
Brexit.
bloody idiots.
Yeah, you thought about that, did you?
Think about that, did you? For crying
Many
out loud.
things. One of the only downsides to Brexit is the booze cruise problems.
No, I tell you what, you won't get as many Uber drivers because they're all Eastern European, aren't they? When they go.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
Uber
it.
drivers.
What are we gonna do?
I like the Uber. I'd get an Uber.
I love the Uber. I think Uber, along with M&M's, is probably my favourite company.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I love the Uber. I've got some. What I like, when you share an Uber. Have you ever done that?
Oh yeah, loads of times.
Ever shared an Uber? Obviously, I'm talking to people in the major cities, not north of Watford. They probably ain't got that yet. It's a cancer situation.
Leicester, they might not have it in Leicester.
No, probably.
We don't have it in Leicester.
But you never believe it. I shared an Uber with the other day. Because you turn up, for slightly less, you can share it back to. Oh yeah, I can't believe it. I get round the corner. I'm in the car already.
Professor Winston.
Professor Winston, the doctor. So he gets in the car.
Where's he going?
Well, at Imperial College to talk about having babies, I assume.
Right.
So I'm minding my business. I recognise a celebrity.
Yeah. Winston.
And he starts on all personal.
Well, you wasn't driving.
No,
you were sharing
I was sharing
it.
A car. And I said, I couldn't help noticing you're Dr. Robert Winston and all that. Yeah. And he goes, people do like the autograph and all that. Can't you hit the birds off with a shitting stick because they like the celebrity. And this gets ever so personal. He's going, how's your sperm count? And I said, nothing to do
none
with
of your business.
None of your bloody
business.
He said, have you had problems?
You did tell
the
him.
Children? Mate. You know, did you?
Well, they get into your mind, don't they?
They get into your mind. You know, he's a dirty devil, isn't he? He wants to know, but I mean, really, he's probably, he gets turned on by all that.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is.
That's what he wants to get involved with, all that fertility stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that on the radio.
And then when he got all that information out of you, did he just say to the driver, stop here, please? And he went into one of them toilets and bang one out and then come back into the cab. Probably what he'd done, isn't it?
You get all these experts on there talking about population growth and all that.
Yeah, that's not what they're thinking.
They're not really. They want us all to get
you need to talk about all your bits and bobs, all your pipe work. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's very funny what you do, what you get when you do the Uber.
Yeah, who have you shared with before?
Well, you know I've shared with.
Oh, of course I did. Was he as wonderful in real life?
Oh yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
Oh my God, honestly, I thought, what's he doing here?
Yeah. You recognise?
Anyway, he's got in and he sat there, and he's got loads of suitcases, right? All made of wood. Yeah. So I thought that's suspicious, right? Because they are nice suitcases, but they're all made of wood. They're very old. Of course, they don't have the infrastructure. They haven't got.
They can't get it. That's to make it all
They can't get the Samsonite over there. Right. It's all made out of wood.
Not allowed. Yeah.
And I thought, hold on a minute, I know who you are. I know who you are. Anyway, one of his suitcases, wooden suitcases, is popped open, right?
Oh Christ.
Yeah. And in there,
on the
back seat, right? And all the rest of it in the boot, but this one had kind of back seat was in there, and he's got some food in there.
Oh yeah. Well,
I was like, right, it's a bowl. It's a wooden bowl he's got in there, and it's all muck in it. And with a bit of cling film over the top. And that made me suspicious. I thought, I don't think they have cling film in North Korea. Anyway, I will let that go. And then when he took the cling film off, the old car stunk, right? Yeah. And I thought, what have you got in there? I said, what have you got in there? Right?
Squiddly tentacles.
And he said, all he's done was he's turned to me and gone, eel. I'm like, I said, you say eel?
Yeah.
And he went,
Yeah.
I thought, oh Christ. Anyway,
it's all upsetting.
Anyways, all this muck in the bowl, and he's slurping it away, and he's got no hair at the side of his head. And all his clothes in the suitcase are all exactly the same, right? Yeah. And I've gone, you're King. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say you're King John.
No.
Right? But I thought to myself that he is definitely King,
Yeah,
John.
yeah.
You know where he got out?
Where Burger King? No, where?
No, bookies.
Did he?
Yeah.
The dirty bastard.
Got out the bookies, right? And he's gone in there, and this is just a stop. Like, got the Uber driver to stop there, right? He's gone in the bookies, right? Because he's left all his wooden furniture, suitcases in the car. Yeah. And he comes back in the car, and he gets his pink ticket out, and he goes, bloody dogs.
Yeah.
Bloody dogs.
Yeah.
You know, I says, you ever bet on the dogs? King John on. He went, yeah, bloody dog. Yeah. 6 dog gone in France.
Yeah.
I went, what?
Yeah.
He's gone, 6 dog gone in France. I said, what? The number 6 dog has gone into the fence? He went, yeah. I had £300 on it.
Oh, Christ.
I thought, well, I said, well, join the club, mate, because, you know, that's what you get if you bet on the dogs. It's notoriously inconsistent. You get one bump on the dogs, bang, they're into the ball.
Well, I saw him down at QPR one weekend.
King John?
Yeah, he goes down, he's got
his wooden bag on his top.
Wooden bag, a scene ticket in Ellerslie Road stand. And he's gone into the Betway thing to put money on. And I've gone, whoa, and he goes, QPR score first in first half.
He's gone spread bet,
Yeah, spread bet within 15 minutes.
Ooh,
he goes, and I went, I didn't want to advise him.
Yeah, because he don't know much about QPR.
QPR in the first half. And I went, are you sure? And he goes, don't, you traitor, don't try to stop me, you know. So
Imperial traitor, yeah.
Imperial traitor. Yeah. So I said, all right, well, if you like, so, you know, go treading on eggshells.
Yeah, someone's rattled his cage.
Someone's rattled his cage. Because they
lost
to Hull the other week, you know.
Right, so he's already got his back up.
I don't care about lose to Hull. Hull are form team at the moment in Championship. He's going to and he lays out something like 2 million North Korean kroner.
About 20 quid, isn't it?
About 20 quid.
Yeah.
So he's got this all tipping it all over the side. And I said, can I get you a bowl for or anything? See if they got squid arm. Squid arms. Well, squid arms. Like, you know, I don't think they do those. Anyway, he goes, I got it myself. He opens the Tupperware, got all these squiddly, horrible squiddly
arms. And his Tupperware box.
He
brought it with him.
He brought it with him. It stunk the place out. It stinks, doesn't it? It stinks. You know,
it does stink. A lot of his food stinks.
Oh, it stinks.
It really
wants to sit in there.
Anyway, I'm on the tube the other day, with him, and he's got on.
Where'd he get on that?
He got on a mud chute, right?
Oh, right.
And I thought, what's he doing here?
Yeah, that's
right. Doing here in mud chute? And he had his bag on him, on his shoulder, his wooden bag on him. I thought, it's him again, you know. She sat down next to me because he scanned the carriage.
Pretend he didn't see you.
Yeah, he's like, and you know, he's eyed me up like, and I put my head down like that, and he's put his head down, and he sat down next to me, and he opens his wooden bag up like that. I thought, what's he got in there? You know, gets his book out, doesn't he? Right. He's reading a book.
Yeah, which
I thought, what's he reading? I thought,
curious to know. Yeah.
Well, he's reading Gone Girl.
Oh yeah, Gone Girl. Yeah.
I says, you read it? I says to him, you reading Gone Girl? And he says, yeah. I says, what do you think? And he went, and he looked about the carriage and went, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, right. I says, quite simple story. He says, well, you say simple story, I say very complicated.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is enough.
Yeah,
mate. That is enough. All I ever get off you is, like, defensiveness. Yeah. And all I ever get off you is attack. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you to your book.
Yeah.
Right? You know where he got off?
Where?
King's Cross.
It was quite a journey from there.
Yeah, that was a long journey.
Right.
He got off at King's Cross.
I had the same thing with him. You know, on the South Bank where they do them books, they sell their books outside.
Oh yeah, the National
Film.
Like, under the bridge.
He's just browsing, you know.
And
I thought I'd be friendly because he's not a popular fella in the West.
People don't like him. People don't like him.
His hair and the stink and that. And so I've gone up to him. I've texted him and said, "All right, Kim, Kimmy, I'll call him Kimmy, friendly." And he pretended don't know.
Oh, he does this a lot.
A lot.
He had his wooden bag on him.
I go, all right, and he had his wooden bag, and he's coughing up, something like 30 to 40 million North Korean kroner.
Yeah, 15 quid.
One book, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's put this book in the thing, and I'm just making polite conversation. I said, "Oh, did you see the Voice at all recently?"
Yeah.
"Me not like Voice," he goes. "Me not like Voice." I said,
I'm
friendly, making conversation.
Yeah.
I said, "Do you see that lovely bit where Tom Jones sang with Lonnie Donegan's son?" He goes, "Hey, they fucking rehearsed that."
Oh,
you know, a lovely little moment. Tom Jones, 78 years old.
That's it, yeah. He would have known his dad.
He would have known Lonnie Donegan, and this
probably met
was
before.
on. It's all over the YouTubes and that.
Beautiful.
Tom Jones fucking rehearsed that. He's gone like that. He's been rehearsing that all week with Lonnie Donegan's son. I don't fucking like no skiffle.
Yeah,
Skiffle
shittle, I call it.
Skiffle shittle.
Yeah, well, he's a very cynical man. Very cynical man.
I went, all right, what sort of music do
give
you
it a
like?
rest,
Give
mate.
it a rest. Rolling Stones, fucking shit.
Oh, Christ.
Beatles, I fucking hate Beatles. I don't know, Brother of the Man, shit.
What is he like?
Bucks Fizz, fucking shit. Should never won Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, everything I offer.
Yeah, no, he's just like pushing you back, pushing
like?
you. What is he like?
Adam and the Ants.
Oh.
I mentioned that, he breaks out for everyone. Hey ho! Hey ho! Hey ho!
I like. Why did he like that so much?
I don't know.
Which is the dressing up.
The dressing mad on
dressing
Adam, man.
up, yeah.
Oh, me like Kings of Wild Frontier, fantastic album,
yeah.
You know, so I couldn't shut him up about
Adam and the
and the
Ants.
fucking Ants.
Yeah.
You know,
well, he's like that though, isn't he? Once he gets his his sights set on something.
It really does.
Oh Christ! I mean, I was around the corner, like.
What, in Easton,
Yeah, I was, and he's walked into the chip shop like that.
Yeah, what's that? It's Savoy, is it? Mostly it's Savoy.
It's a Savoy and chips, and he sticks it in his wooden bag.
Yeah.
And I said, "All right, Kim." Yeah, I'm good actually.
Yeah. Oh, he's chipper.
Well, yeah, quite chipper.
Yeah.
And I says, "How you doing?" He says, "Yeah, okay." I'm like, bit a bit like a little bit something about him. I says, "Everything all right?" I says, "Kim."
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, fine. Yeah, why?"
Yeah.
I says, "Nothing, no reason." He says, I said, "What have you been?" He says, "Nothing, been nothing." He says, "Only been to see best film ever."
Oh, right.
I'm like,
he's fishing for you to ask.
and I didn't. I said, just ate a couple more chips like that. I thought, I'm just going to eat my chips like that.
He went,
And he goes, only been best film ever.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going. And I said, I'll just ate more chips.
Yeah.
As I say, only been best film ever.
Yeah.
You want some Savoy? I thought, whoa. He never offers me Savoy, right?
No.
So I said, yeah, all right. He says, "Oh, you got asked then?" I went, "All right, Kim, what film you been to see?"
Yeah.
"Best film ever." "Holmes and Watson."
Oh, yeah.
And I went, "What?" And he says, "Holmes and Watson, Will Ferrell's."
Yeah.
I went, "I'm supposed to be crap in it." "Oh, yeah, usually I expect you to say crap."
Yeah.
You know, he got very, very defensive about it.
Yeah.
Right, he says... I says them two usually very funny, but this one's a bit, you know, it's missed the mark. He went, it's exactly what I expect you to say. You and the rest of Hollywood, he says.
Yeah.
And of course, because Hollywood's come out and gone, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Kim's taken the opposite position.
Yeah, of course.
And he's gone, you know, because he likes to have a go at the West at any opportunity.
He does. It's the same with me. He said, he come up to me, you know, I was at the newsagents there, and I just buying a copy of Grazia from Margaret, and I just come out with the Grazia, the new one on the front. He stops me, Grazia's it? I said, yeah, right, I want to get away from
you want to go home, don't you?
And he's gone in there to buy a golden cup, you know, with a caramel, he likes caramel and all that, and 20 Marlboro. Anyway, he's passed me, and he's taken a glimpse at the headlines of the paper about Mourinho's, of course, been sacked by Man United. As you say, he'll take the opposite. I think he's a very good manager. Yeah. I think you got to ask me why. I go, no, I don't want to know.
Actually.
You not got to ask must be why Mourinho got manager. I said, no, you know. I said he lost the dressing room. He didn't fucking know no dressing room.
Oh, right. What do you know then that we don't?
What do you know? Sort of thing. He said, they got manager, and he's gone, it's a fluke. He's gone, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I taken over at Man United, total fluke.
A fluke.
Total fluke.
Right, well, you know, he might be right, but it's got nothing to do with Mourinho.
No, and nothing to do with Mourinho, and he'll just take the contrary view.
Yeah, he always takes the opposite view. He always takes the opposite view of everything.
Lady Di Dress, 1981, I like it very much.
Yeah, he says, I tell you my favourite book ever.
Yeah, go on.
I says, what is it, Kim? He says, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
He said, that is the best book ever written ever.
Yeah.
I said, listen, Kim, that is universally regarded as the shittest book ever. Right? 25 million people can't be wrong, can they?
Robin Williams' greatest film, Patch Adam.
Patch Adam. This is what he's like, though.
I said, Kim.
I can't keep taking his opposing views.
Savaloid down for a second. It is universally regarded as one of the worst films ever
made. Yeah.
What was that one John Travolta done? Planet X. What was that?
Oh, yeah. The Scientology film. He loves it.
Oh, what a great film!
Greatest science fiction film he ever made.
You know.
You think, it's almost pointless having a conversation with him.
It is. He liked the vampire one that James Corden did with Matthew.
Lesbian Vampire Killers.
He got the director's cut of that silly twat.
I know. He's got terrible taste.
Oh, isn't he?
He really has got terrible taste. I think we're done, mate.
Well, I think so.
On that Kim Jong-un.
Ladies and gentlemen.
If you ever run into him, just don't ask for his opinion on anything.
Because he knows nothing.
No.
Now, look, very quickly, if anyone's still listening, when this comes out on Friday, will we not be at
Halifax?
We'll be in Halifax.
We'll be in Halifax on Friday.
If you want to come and see us at the Lantern.
Yeah, the Lantern in Halifax.
The Lantern in Halifax. We'll be doing our muck. If Kim Jong-un's listening, not this week.
We won't be in Halifax this week, Kim. No.
If
that's you, Kim. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.